Hey guys, good morning. So welcome to another session on the series Mindset. Today we're going to be talking about a different concept. So today the concept is the business model, right? This is like probably I can tell you I have been talking to so many retail investors on social media. I meet some in person, and I believe that people sometimes sometimes do not understand the robustness of a business model when they are investing. So let's understand this. So I met a client the other day, and he told me that he has made investments in a fertilizer company. My immediate question to him was ki, like, do you see where do you see this company say 5 years down the line, and do you have any experience in this field of agri and fertilizers? He couldn't give me an answer. Now here lies the problem. I also meet so many other people who, let's say, have invested in a federal bank or an HDFC bank, but has never worked in a bank or like never has gone near a bank. Okay, he doesn't have much idea in banking, but then banks mein paisa dal diya because somebody told him ke like, banks are going to make money. Similarly, I made a mistake back in 2016 and 17 when I invested in Larsen and Toubro, an infrastructure company, construction company, when my background was that of an engineer, and then I did my MBA, and then I worked in the field of finance. So what do I know about this space, right? So here comes the concept here, that you might invest in spaces that you truly don't understand. First is people won't even admit that they don't understand. Okay, but how do you know whether you understand or not? Okay, how much money you're bringing. So let's say, for example, if a person comes to me and say I'm invested in, say, an HDFC bank, but he has invested only, let's say, 1% of his portfolio. That is that person clearly telling me he has no idea about the banking system. Because socho, if you have solid idea about where your money is going, आपका initial capital will also be higher in that space. So that's the point. Second question is, say for example, now you do understand, okay, like there are so many sectors, there are so many stocks. First thing is, you don't have to understand everything. That's point number one. What is point number two? That you increase your area of competence with time. But when you start your investing journey, you might get an investment checklist. You might, do a lot of research. But the basic question that people miss out is, do I understand the robustness of the business model? That means, do I understand the product? Can I explain the product to a 10-year-old at night? Maybe at 3 a.m. at night, right? Can I explain the product with ease without opening any document, right? Because when you're in that kind of a situation, even tracking a business becomes very simple. So the point is this: you might fool yourself by saying ke like, oh, yes, stock badega, or somebody else has recommended you. But the thing is, you would never be able to bring in big capital. आपका portfolio का एक छोटा allocation बन के ही रह जाएगा. Now I want you guys to like go back and check your portfolio. जितने stocks आपका है ना, less than 3%, 2% और 5% के नीचे जो भी है, most likely you won't be able to even write down the business model on a sheet of paper because आपको पता ही नहीं. आपने वो लेके रखा है because किसी ने अच्छा बात बोला होगा या आपको लगता है कि पैसा बनेगा, right? And if you are, let's say, like serious about equity research and in the stock market, you would see that your top allocation is mostly the company जिसके बारे में आपको पता है कि उसका market क्या है, products क्या है, maybe you are consuming the products yourself. So my whole point is, the robustness of a business model should not come from, let's say, reading 10 years of annual report only. Pehle ask yourself, say, for example, you're a banker. Okay, look for bank stocks, look for financial stocks. Because if you're a banker, say, for example, you will understand banking, you will understand insurance, you will understand asset management, you will understand the whole basic financial sector. And wahan mauka dhundiye, because that is when you can be the Tendulkar of cricket. Say, for example, you work in a cement factory. ओके वहां पे तब आप देखिए कि अल्ट्राटेक क्या कर रहा है, श्री सीमेंट क्या कर रहे हैं, राइट? बिकॉज वहां आई टेल यू दिस, अ बैंकर इन्वेस्टिंग इन अ सीमेंट कंपनी विल नेवर मेक एज मच मनी एज अ पर्सन who has experience in the cement space. Got it? Now this is how you start your journey as well. I am not telling you like you should never learn a cement sector if you are a banker, but you start from banking and slowly once you track the banking sector na, wahan se you get to learn other sectors as well. So it's like raising a kid. understanding more and more sectors don't happen like at one go. A related point to this is, so when, let's say for example, now it comes ke like, how honest are you? Okay, now let's say for example you have doubled your money on a particular stock, but आपको समझ नहीं आता है वो कंपनी करती क्या है properly, what is that exact thing that the company does, right? But you have doubled your money. So now the bias has come, okay, like, no, I have doubled my money. Now you have extra love for that business. But the point is, your low allocation ka paisa, agar even if it's 10 times, it still doesn't change your lifestyle, right? मतलब अगर आपका 1% का allocation है and that stock goes up 3x in, let's say, 6 months. Let's say you invest in the sugar space, okay, or let's say for example in a space that we both not understand, let's say the graphite electrode space, and the stock goes up 3x. तो 1% allocation में 3x होना नहीं होने के बराबर है. So don't fool yourself. Start with doing things that you want to do. Start with investing in things that you completely understand. Because अगर आपने वो नहीं समझा, the robustness of the business model, if you don't know, if you cannot close your eyes and tell me ke like, oh yes, this product will definitely be alive say 10 years down the line. Okay, so the point is, you will never have the confidence to put in big money. Okay, so please, like, be honest with yourself. Go back to the portfolio that you have and see what you own. So you would generally see that there is a high correlation between your, depth of knowledge in a space and a high allocation or of a particular business in the portfolio, and that gives you the highest probability of building wealth, because it becomes easy for you to track that business as well. कोई गड़बड़ होता है तो you will be the first person to understand कि गड़बड़ क्या हुआ है, right? Whereas let's say for example I buy a cement stock, my background has got nothing to do with cement. So if I, let's say, buy a cement stock and the cement stock falls 20% tomorrow, what will I do? Do I buy more? Do I sell? Because मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है हो क्या रहा है, and in most likeliness I will sell with a loss. और मैं इधर उधर भटकता रहूंगा जबकि मुझे आइडिया ही नहीं है कि हो क्या रहा है, राइट? 20% ऊपर भी चला गया तो मुझे लगेगा चलो बेच के निकल जाते हैं, थोड़ा कुछ तो मिल गया, राइट? सो यहाँ पे लॉन्ग टर्म कंपाउंडिंग कुछ होगा ही नहीं, कोई मल्टी बैगर यू वुड नेवर गेट. So having said all that, please be honest with yourself. If you don't understand a stock, if you don't see, you don't have to read, like brain में pressure नहीं डालना है. You understand a lot of sectors with ease, like automobiles, FMCG, IT, banking. मेरे लिए ये सब मेरे background में ही था, right? I grew up like, traveling in a Maruti car. I grew up, my first job was in an IT company, right? FMCG का companies का सारे products तो मैं खा ही रहा हूँ, everyday breakfast table में मिल रहा है. So the point is, start with what you know and वहां पे मौका ढूंढो. वहां पे मिड कैप स्मॉल कैप में जाके देखो कि कौन से कंपनी का लो मार्केट कैप एंड हाई स्केलेबिलिटी है, फिर समझ में आएगा और उस तरह से पोर्टफोलियो बनाओ. Maybe you're listening to one fund manager who has expertise in the cement space, so you guys might buy this. So you guys might buy the share in one day, same way, but he can make a multi-bagger on it, और आप उसको मतलब थोड़ा volatility देख के you might sell and even sell it in a loss. So that is why it's not about where the money lies you have to chase. It's about where is your level of understanding in that business. और अगर level of understanding है, growth है, scalability है. So this is what I'm also going to cover in the December 25 workshop, which is called the investment checklist. So अगर आप ERP का पार्ट नहीं हो, अगर आप बाहर से हो और अगर आपका बैकग्राउंड फाइनेंस का नहीं है तो कोई बात नहीं है. You just attend the session. So the details are already there, but the details are already there on LinkedIn as well as on my Twitter feed. So आपका अगर कोई भी बैकग्राउंड नहीं है, you still come and I'll tell you this, I'll give you the investment checklist. और उस checklist का पहला ही point यही है कि do you understand the business? Do you understand the robustness of the business? So let me tell you, it's going to be a 5-hour session. You don't need any background. And I can tell you, and I can actually guarantee you that at the end of the session, you'll be able to research stocks on your own. और उसके लिए आपको कोई डिग्री नहीं चाहिए, एकदम प्रैक्टिकल कॉमन सेंसिकली देखना पड़ेगा. Okay, so on that note, I hope this session on mindset helps. Until next time, goodbye.